Alright, so we are going to start the second set in this particular section. Now, a couple of points before we start this set. This is actually a lengthy set. It is doable. It does not require too much of smartness or intelligence for this. But yeah, this is a set which has too many points to take care of. There are almost about 9 or 10 points. So much of information has been given to you. So be careful when you're taking up such kinds of sets, simply because one small point you miss and the set cannot be cracked. So in the tons and tons of information which has been given to you, missing a small point becomes easy. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind before you decide to take up this kind of a set. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So we have the basic idea of 8 people who are liking who have taken one stream, and people who have taken one they like one hobby and they like one author. So we have the basic structure over here. Basically what we are saying is the three hobbies are painting, cooking and gardening. The 3 authors are Paul, Jeffrey and Sydney, and the 3 subjects are biology, commerce and science. Now there are 9 pieces of information, as you can see, 9 sentences that have been given to you. Now, this information is of 2 types. One is related to their roll numbers. The other is related to their likeness, or that is hobbies and authors and stream. Let's take a look at how do we solve such kind of a question. So, firstly, what I did is I made a table. So this is putting all of that together in one slide. We'll keep coming back to this slide again and again. But here is the table that I made. So we are going to fill this table. Few pointers to be kept in mind. Firstly, we are saying that this table has streams, books and hobby. Now, as per the questions, the roll numbers of all the people are prime numbers that can be got by exchanging or reversing the digits. So firstly, if you're looking at 2-digit prime numbers, these are the only possibilities. So let's take a look at what are these. You will have 13 and 31. You will have 17 and 71. Then you'll have 79 and 97. And one more will be 37 and 73. These are the only 4 prime numbers which will pairs of prime numbers, that is, when you take any one of them and reverse the digits, you'll again get another prime number. So in a 2-digit numbers, these are the only ones which are possible. For example, if you take 23, which is a prime number, you reverse it, 32 is not a prime number. So that way all of them will get eliminated and you'll be left with only these 8 options. This is the starting point. So let's go ahead and start filling the data with ticks and crosses based on the information given to you. So I'll keep going back and forth, so please follow carefully. The first statement says Tony opted for commerce. He likes to read books written by Paul, and hobbies cooking. So Tony, let's start with Tony. Where are we? Yes. So Tony is here. So Tony likes commerce. So these 2 are gone. Then what else is given? Tony opted for commerce. He likes to read books by Paul and cooking. So Paul is his author and cooking is his pastime. So this row is filled. Let's continue. Tippy does not like to read books by Jeffrey or Sydney. Tippy does not like to read books by Jeffrey or Sydney. So where is Tippy? Tippy is here. Jeffrey and Sydney, which means Tippy should be reading Paul. Next is so that finishes my first point. So I finished my first point. I'll put a tick mark. So I'll not come back to it again. I don't need. No information is missing there. That's my habit. Now, next point. Toby opted for biology. So let me go back to Toby. Toby opted for biology. Where is that? Yes, this is biology, which means these 2 are not correct. Then also Toby and TZ read the books of the same author. So Toby and TZ. So where is Toby and where is TZ? TZ is over here. So they read books of the same author. So I'll put a line here which will remind me that if I get one, I'll get the other also. Okay, which also tells me one important part. So if you remember, one of the informations given to us is no 2 of them have stream and books same. Stream and books combination cannot be same for any 2 people. Similarly, stream and hobby combination cannot be same for any 2 people. What does this directly tell you? This directly tells you that because Toby and TZ have same books, they cannot have the same stream. So TZ cannot be biology because the condition has been given to us, what I just mentioned. Let's continue. So Toby opted for biology. This is taken care of. Also, Toby and TZ have read the same books or books of the same author. That also has been taken care of. Their roll numbers are numerical reverses of each other. So let me also write this down. Their roll numbers are numerical reverses of each other. So if I write the roll number as, let's say, let me write this as AB. So if I write this as AB, then this person will become BA. Right? Okay, let's move on. So their roll numbers are reverses of each other. Twiggy likes to read books by Sydney. So I have Twiggy likes to read books by Sydney. Let me write that down. Tibby, is it Tibby? Again, I keep too many confusing names. Twiggy and Sydney. Twiggy and Sydney. So to make your life, miserable, they have given all of the names which are very, very similar. Tippy, Tibby, Tammy. So you have to be very careful about this. Anyway, let's continue. So Twiggy likes to read books by Sydney. He and Tiffy. So who is he? Twiggy. So Twiggy and Tiffy opted for the same stream. So Twiggy and Tiffy opted for the same stream. So Twiggy and Tiffy. So these two people have opted for the same stream, which also tells me that Tiffy cannot read Sydney because Twiggy is already reading Sydney and the streams are matching, which means their books cannot match. Right? Let's go ahead. So did I finish my full point? Let me check. I have taken Toby. I have taken Toby and TZ. I have taken roll numbers. Twiggy likes to read books by Sydney, and Twiggy and Tiffy I have taken. So this entire second point is taken care of. Right? Now the third point. Tammy who likes gardening and Tiffy. So firstly, let me write down Tammy likes gardening. So Tammy likes gardening. So Tammy is gardening. So these two are gone. Okay. Tammy, who likes gardening, and Tiffy read the books of the same writer. So Tammy and Tiffy read books of the same writer. So Tammy, once again, I keep confusing. Tammy and Tiffy, right? Tammy and Tiffy, Tammy and Tiffy. Where is that? Tammy is here and Tiffy is here. So they like to read books of the same author. Okay, this is done. What else? Tippy's roll number can be obtained by adding 1 to a perfect square greater than 20. Now look at the options. We need a perfect square, we need a number, we need a prime number that can be got by adding 1 to the perfect square, 1 to a perfect square greater than 20. So you'll notice that the only possible number is 37 because 37 can be written as 20 plus 16 plus 1. 20, 30, 36, 37. What is the statement given? By adding 1 to a perfect square greater than 20. Okay, greater than 20, I need a perfect square. So, what are the perfect squares greater than 20? 5 5s are 25. So, 25 plus 1, 26. It's not a prime number. Next is 6 6s are 36. So, 36 plus 1. Right? So, 37 is a prime number they are referring to. So, we are looking at prime number 37. Who's got this prime number? Let's go back once again. Tippy's roll number should be 37. So where is Tippy? Tippy, where are you? Yes. So Tippy is 37. So let me write down 37 for Tippy. This is done. Okay. So 37 is taken care of. Next, who else is left? Yes. So third point, did I fully write it? Yes, Tammy I have taken care of. Tiffy I have taken care of. So third point is fully taken care of. Fourth point, only 2 people have opted for biology and only 2 people like to read the novels by Paul. So let me also write this down. Biology total by 2 people. So I'll write it in black. Biology total by 2 people. Paul total by 2 people, but already you can see 2 tick marks, which means nobody else is Paul. Nobody else is Paul. Okay, let's move ahead. So fourth point, fourth point is also fully taken care of. Next is fifth point. One of the persons who had opted for biology likes to read the books written by Sydney and his hobby is gardening. So we have one biology guy likes Sydney and gardening. So we have a combination of bio plus Sydney plus gardening. This is one person. We don't know who it is, but it is a biology guy. For example, it could be Toby, but there's one more person in biology. It could be that person also. We don't know, right? Let's go back. So that's taken care of. One person has opted for biology, likes to read the books written by Sydney and has his gardening. Tibby did not opt for the commerce stream. Let me put that out. Tibby is not commerce. So where is Tibby? Tibby is not commerce. Okay. What else? If Tibby is not commerce, TZ opted for either science or commerce. So TZ is either science or commerce. Let me write that down. TZ could be science or commerce. That is anyway known because we already got a into for biology. So TZ has to be then science or commerce. That's a useless piece of information for us. So fifth point has been fully taken care of. Nothing is left out in the fifth point. Now, next, if you're looking at the sixth point, Tiffy likes to read the books written by Jeffrey. Tiffy likes Jeffrey. Let me put that out. Tiffy likes Jeffrey. Jeffrey's over here. Of course, that is also ready. I mean, already 2 cross marks were there. In between has to be that. So, again, a piece of redundant information. We could have got that anyway. But please remember, if these two, that is Tammy, if you notice here, Tammy and Tiffy will have the same. So, this is filled up. This is filled up. Right? What else? Okay, let's go back. We are in the sixth point. And his roll number uses the same digits that are used to write the roll number of Twiggy. So Twiggy and Tiffy are same. Twiggy and Tiffy are same. So if I write this as XY, Tiffy, then Twiggy will be YX. Okay? Twiggy will be YX. Let's go back. So sixth point is fully taken care of. Right? Let me confirm. Tiffy likes to read books written by Jeffrey. I've taken this. Roll number uses the same digits as that used to write roll number of Twiggy. So everything on the point 6 is taken care of. Next, either Twiggy or Tibby has opted for science stream. So science, Twiggy or Tibby. Carefully, Twiggy or Tibby. Twiggy, science or again I forgot. Twiggy or Tibby. Twiggy or Tibby. B. T-I-B-B-Y. One of these two is science. We don't know who it is, so I'm putting a question mark. Only one of them is science. Okay? But can I confirm anything else from there? No, as of now, I cannot say anything. Alright, so let's go ahead. Okay, but this is taken care of. So 7th point is taken care of. Then we have 8th. The one who opted for science and likes to read the books written by Sydney does not like gardening. Now, who is the science guy? If you notice, there are too many possibilities for science. So that information, we'll keep it open. So this information, I'll put it in a bracket. I have not used. So that's my habit. If I put a bracket, it means I have not used, which also means I'll put a circle to my 8th because I'll have to go back to my 8th. The one who opted for science likes to read the books written by Jeffrey. So we have 2 science people here. One science is science, Sydney, and not gardening. So we have one science plus Sydney plus not gardening. Okay. Then where else? What else do we have? Another science guy, the one who opted for science, likes to read the books by Jeffrey and does not like cooking or gardening, which means he likes painting. So science, Jeffrey, and painting. That's another combination. Science plus Jeffrey plus painting. So is that correct? Science, yeah, not cooking and gardening, so it's painting. And has a roll number that is a numerical reversal of the roll number of Twiggy. So Twiggy opposite. Who is opposite of Twiggy? We wrote it sometime. So Tiffy. So this is Tiffy. This is Tiffy. So now we know what is happening to Tiffy. So Tiffy is science student, which means this guy is science. So this guy is not science. So this will be, Tiffy will be a biology student. So Tiffy is science. He likes Jeffrey, it's already mentioned, and he likes painting. So painting, this will be written. Now, we know that biology totally are only 2, which means I can put the crosses for us because already got my 2 tick marks. So this is taken care of. This part, I can just delete it. Tiffy is done. Now we need one more science guy. What is the science? Okay, so if you look at it, there is one science. If you look at this statement, science plus Sydney. So there can be only one student with science and Sydney. Let's find if the student is there. So this is a science student and Sydney. So there's only one student like that because no 2 students have the same combination of stream and author. So science and Sydney is only one person and he does not like gardening. So I can put a cross mark for garden here. I can put a cross mark for garden there. I'll use black again, but that's okay. And that is, who is this guy? This is Twiggy. This is Twiggy. And biology, Sydney, and gardening. So let's look at the 2 biology guys. Biology, Sydney and gardening. Again, both of them, Toby and Tibby, both of them are biology, but everything is open. Everything is open. But yes, one thing I can say is biology and okay, I can't say anything right now, I believe. Yes. Okay, I cannot say anything right now, so let me just move on. So let me take out the unnecessary things. I will put a cross mark here so that it becomes clearer. Okay, that is with a black. I'll put it with a black. Okay, so this is done. Okay, biology, Sydney and gardening. We still don't know who that is. That's okay. Let's move on. We are in point number 7. And as a roll number, that is a numerical reversal of Twiggy. This that's 8 is now taken care of. In fact, now the one who had, so I think both the science guys we have, okay, we will probably come back to point number 8 again. But looking at point number 9, what is the point number 9? The roll number of Toby is the largest 2-digit prime number. So let's go with Toby, largest 2-digit prime number. So Toby should be what? Toby should be 97 because that is the largest prime number, which means I will get AB, BA. BA will become, so here I'll be, BA will become 79 and I'll delete this part. Okay. So now what are the things which are already taken care of? 37 is gone, 97 is gone and 79 is also gone. Right? Then where else? 79. Okay. These are the 3 numbers which are gone. Let's go ahead and look at what else is given to us. The roll number of Toby is taken care of. Then we have and this is 26 more than the roll number of the person who has opted for biology, likes painting and reads Jeffrey. So biology, painting and Jeffrey is a combination. Biology, Jeffrey and painting. This guy's roll number is 26 less than the other person. So 26 less than 97. So 26 less than 97 means it is 71. So one person should have 71. Who is that person who's having 71? It is a biology person. It is a biology person, right? So already Toby is 97. The only other biology person will be Tibby, 71. So now we have Tibby is biology, likes Jeffrey. So this is gone. And also likes painting. So these two are gone. Let me also erase unnecessary things. Right. So I'll also put this cross mark properly with black. So this was a cross mark. Okay. So now I have 71. So 71 is also taken off. Now if you notice, I need a yx and xy. Which digits are left for me which can be reversed? Only one pair, 13 and 31. Every other number, something or other is taken off. So only 13 and 31 are left, which means this should be 13 or 31. This should be 31 or 13. So this is also gone. This is gone and this is gone. Okay. What else? So 13 and 31 are also taken care of. Now we have 17 and 73 left. Right? 17 and 73 only left. Let's go back. So biology, Sydney and gardening. So we have 2 biology guys. So one biology guy we already saw what is happening, 71. The other biology guys, biology, Sydney and gardening. So Tibby was 71, which means the other biology is Toby should be combination of biology, Sydney and gardening. So let me write that down. Biology is already there, Sydney and gardening. So this also is taken care of. So I'm also writing down the information. So this information is taken care of. So I'll scratch it out. Twiggy is taken care of. So I'll scratch it off. Twiggy, where is Twiggy? Twiggy, yes, does not like gardening. Tiffy, this is taken care of. In fact, everything. So this is also taken care of. All pieces of information is done. Let me go back and see if I left out anything else. Opted for biology and likes painting and reading books written by Jeffrey. This in turn, which means 71, in turn is 40 more, which means 31 you're talking about, of the person who opted for science and likes the novels written by Sydney. So we need to look at science plus Sydney. This guy is 31. So who is science and Sydney? Who is science and Sydney? Science, first of all, science and Sydney, only one guy. So this is 31. So this guy is 31. Let me write it in black. 31, which basically means the remaining, this last person here, Tiffy, should be 13. So we got all the roll numbers except Tammy and Tony. We'll still go back. Is there anything else? that I'm missing. Okay, let's go back. Who opted for science and likes the novels written by Sydney. So roll number of Toby we have taken care of, 26 more than the roll number of the person. So we got who is 71 also, and likes painting, reading books by Jeffrey, in turn 40 more than. So 71 minus 40, 31. So ninth point we have fully utilized. Now only eighth point we did not still use. Let's go back and look at it. The one who opted for science and likes to read the books by Sydney does not like gardening. We know who it is. The one who opted for science likes to read the books by Jeffrey and painting. So we need to look at science. Okay, all this pieces of information I think we have already taken care of. Has a roll number, there is a numerical reversal of Twiggy. Let me see if anything else in terms of Tammy. 71, I think. Okay, now let's try to figure out what are the numbers or how will the other portions be filled. Now we will make use of the fact. That stream and books, no two people can be same. So if you notice, Twiggy and Tiffy, I'll use black. Twiggy and Tiffy are already having science stream same, which means they cannot have their hobbies common, they cannot have their books common. Already for Twiggy and Tiffy, books are filled. But if you look at their hobbies, Twiggy and Tiffy cannot have the same hobbies. So now already Tiffy has a tick mark here. So this cannot be a tick mark. Therefore, this will be a tick mark. Similarly, if you look at Toby and if you look at Tibby, now biology is already common for the two of them. Both of them have biology, which means their books cannot be common. Already books, you can see the tick marks are different, which also tells you that the hobbies cannot be same. And of course, you can see that the hobbies are already arranged to be different. That's okay. So this test did not yield anything else. Now let's take a look at what else is possible. Yes, look at these two. That is Tippy and Tony. Tippy and Tony. Now, Paul and Paul is already common, which means their streams cannot be common. See, between streams and books, either streams are common or books are common. Both cannot be common. So if already books are common, then they cannot have streams to be common, which means if this is a tick mark, this has to be a cross mark. So this has to be a tick mark. Right? Similarly, let us also look at anything else which will help me out. Let me see. Yes, look at this. Okay, no, not these. Let me see if anything else works. These two, if I look at, these two are ticks, which means these two cannot be. So we cannot have the same stream. But anyway, Toby and Tammy are not having the same stream. So that will not help me. If I look at these two, already they are filled. So that's not a problem. Let me look at, yes, look at these. Look at these. So Tammy and Tiffy are having the same common author, Jeffrey, which means they cannot have the same stream. So Tiffy is science, so Tammy cannot be science, so Tammy has to be commerce, right? And if Tammy is commerce, let's see who else can be commerce. Yes, look at this. Tippy and Twiggy. If their stream is same, their hobbies cannot be same, which means this is a tick mark, this will have to be a cross mark. Let me also see where else can I put that across. Yes, I can combine first and last. Tippy and Tiffy. If Tippy and Tiffy are having same stream, they cannot have the same hobby. So this cannot be paint, this has to be gardening. So if you notice, more or less everything is filled. We have TZ and two possibilities. TZ can be science or TZ can be commerce. Let us see what happens if TZ is, let's say, science. If TZ is science, then you will notice that this and this are both ticks. So therefore, this will be a cross, which means this has to be a tick. Now the problem will be, if you look at Twiggy and TZ, they have tick, and you have again tick and tick. So their Twiggy and TZ, stream and books will match, which basically means our assumption is wrong. So this basically brings us to the fact that this guy, the first guy, TZ cannot be the first stream, which is science. So we will have to put a cross for science, because when we assumed him to be science, we got wrong. So let me take black and put a cross mark. So therefore, this has to be a tick mark. Now you can combine this with these two. So if this is already a cross, so this will tick that this will have to be a cross. So therefore, this is correct. Similarly, if you look at this value and in fact, yeah, this and this. So this value here and this value here. Already there's a tick mark here. So this will be a cross mark. Let us see. Yes. If you combine this and now this, You can see this is already a tick mark, so this will be a cross mark, so this will be tick. Right, so Tammy and Tony are the only two people left out, and we have two roll numbers, 17 and 73. It looks like we'll not be able to figure out who is where, so that's fine. We can leave it at that. We can say that their numbers are known, 17 or 73, 73 or 17. So this is what we get at the end of this entire table. Now let's go ahead and take a look at it. So this is the first question: which stream did Tibby opt for? So Tibby, we can see from here, opted for science, right? So Tibby opted, Tibby, or was it which Tibby? Oh, sorry, Tibby is science. Tibby here. Tibby opted for biology. Okay, too many confusions, guys. Tibby. Okay, so this is biology. So the first one is biology. So the answer is option C. Okay, the first answer is option C straight away. Next question: what is the roll number of Tiffy? So I've just arranged everything in this smaller table there instead of going back again and again. So roll number of Tiffy is over here, 13. So of course that is your answer. The next question: who has opted for biology and likes the book written by Jeffrey? Biology and Jeffrey. So just take a look at it. Biology is here. This is Sydney. So this is not the guy. Biology and Jeffrey. This is the guy. It is Tibby. So Tibby is option B. Right. Next, what is the absolute difference between the roll number of Tippy and Twiggy? Tippy is 37. Twiggy is 31. The difference has to be 6. Because they did not tell us what is the order, hence they are just asking for absolute difference. So it is 6. Right? Then the next question, who among the following people have opted commerce? So let's take a look at commerce. Commerce is by this person here and this person here and this person here. So Tammy, Tibby and Tizzy. Let's take Tammy and Tibby. Yes. Tammy and Tibby. No, this is not correct. Tibby and Tizzy. Let's look at it. Tibby is biology. No. Tammy and Tizzy. We have Tammy and Tizzy. Yes, these two are correct. So option C. Right? And the last question in this set: who among the following has painting as a hobby and opted for science? So science and painting. So we need painting and science. It is Tippy, Py. So I think the answer should be none of these. Is it Tiffy? Science? Painting as a hobby. Oh, so this is writer. My bad. So this is writer. We are looking at hobby. Hobby is painting and science. So painting and science, this is the combination. Tiffy, of course, option B is the correct answer. So as I said, too much of a confusion in this set, too many common names, not common names, at least similar sounding names. So you have to be careful in such kind of a set. In fact, I would go ahead to the extent and say, careful about the sets which have similar sounding names. You can make a mess out of it, as you can just see, or you have just seen. So make sure that all these things are considered before you choose a set in your actual exam. Thank you. Moving on to the next set.